it's one of those fascinating things, I guess, when you like tackle one of like the most famous pieces of the old canon ever, and at the end of the day, it's good.
It's good.
I am gonna dance around it a lot today, but I think we both kind of had a less than popular opinion on the end of it.
Yeah, we probably did.
So I'm going to dance around it as long as I can and say, wow, what a great book.
What a good book.
Great book, lovely book, loved everything about it, wonderful book. Nothing bad to say about book, and end of video.
That sentence ends with an asterisk.
Yes. Welcome to R2-BD, friends. I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
We're brothers, we like Star Wars, we talk about Star Wars. We're tackling a Legends novel today, Darth Plagueis, by James Luceno. Which, here's the thing, despite our opening bit, I did enjoy. I very much enjoyed. I guess let's kind of jump right into it. I'm going to assume everyone watching this has read this book. I'm going to assume everyone knows everyone knows the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Everyone, I mean, here's the thing. Even if you don't know everything that happens in this book for sure, as we have both just recently read it, we both know the details. Mm-hmm. If you've seen episode 3... you know the broad strokes of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah. However, I mean, that's... Our biggest criticism of this book, I think, is going to be, like, that's the least interesting stuff about it. The most interesting stuff about it is everything that comes beforehand. Mm-hmm. I really love the early portions of this book. Here's the thing. I liked the book the entire way through. There just came a point, though, I think, where... Mm-hmm. It felt like I was, like, Luceno was just writing a history book, you know? Which is like, oh, here's how the timeline works, you know? It's that thing I bitched about at the end of Living Force.
Oh, yes!
When Darth Maul has to show up at the end of Living Force. It's like, yes, I know where this takes place in the timeline. I fucking get it. Could you just tell the story, you know?
Because, like, the early portions of this book... they're not better, necessarily.
They are.
But they are. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to tap dance around that. The early portions are just better.
Yeah.
Because we're not so concerned with known galactic history.
Yeah.
I personally, I have an easier time with the position of what is canon, what like this whole book is broadly Legends, obviously.
Mm-hmm. It's entirely Legends.
It's entirely Legends. Yeah. But if someone was like, is any of part of this book canon to new canon, mm-hmm. I'd be the early parts. Because the early parts are in kind of uncharted areas.
Yeah. I know realistically, like, people up until fairly recently, i.e. last year, or no, actually, this will be our first R2-BD of 2026. Yes. So, 2 years ago, I guess now. Up until, like, 2 years ago, people were like, oh, you know, Plagueis as a novel could still largely be canon, but I think things like,
the High Republic, mostly.
Things like the High Republic, the Acolyte, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things have contradicted that since.
Like, they have contradicted it too greatly for this book to broadly be canon still.
Yeah. But largely I'm just not concerned with the canon. I'm not concerned about what, and that is what this book is concerned with a lot. It is concerned about the canon. It is concerned about how it fits into the timeline, and I'm not worried about that.
I don't really that's kind of why I really like the early portions.
Yeah.
Because it's just Darth Plagueis, Hugo DeMoss doing his thing. It is just cool.
Yeah. Let's not focus so much on realistically what is a small quibble. And I love to delve into what made me really, really enjoy this book. I love the opening. I love the whole, like, you know, it like telling us this is where the story is going. I love this little flash forward of where it begins. And where we always knew it was going to end. For a book called Darth Plagueis, it is very heavily focused on Sheev Palpatine, who at the time was not Sheev Palpatine.
Yeah, he wasn't Sheev.
I really love this. I really love this because Sheev is a new canon thing. His name being Sheev is a new canon thing, and
his first name being Sheev.
Yes, of course. So for a book that really delves into Palpatine's past, it is just Palpatine. That's the only name he's referred to as in this entire book, which I find really funny. His father has a name, which I know I wrote down somewhere.
Oh god, it's something ridiculous. That we were both like, you know what, he would name his son Sheev.
Oh god. Did I not write it down? I could have sworn.
How did you not write it down?
No! Oh, I'm disappointed in myself. Oh no! I might not have written it down.
It was a C, I remember.
Oh, sorry. Kosinga. Kosinya. Yes. Is the name of Sheev Palpatine's father, which is just the most Palpatine-ass name. But yeah, it's a book that's heavily focused on Palpatine, but I really especially loved the stuff that wasn't Palpatine.
No, yes is what I mean. I'm agreeing with you is what I'm saying.
God, there's something to really love about an opening scene where a guy kills his mentor, and the mentor just looks at him and goes, "Ah, dude, that was fucking sick." He's just like, right? That was so good, man. You really got me.
Because we have the cold open, it's the flash forward.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the parts of the book that are really cool.
Yeah.
And it's Plagueis taking his place in the Sith tradition.
Yes.
He kills his master.
Darth Tenebrous.
It's so good.
We have Darth Tenebrous here. And I like what Plagueis as a character represents for the shifting dynamic of the Sith up to this point. The idea is that, like, up to Tenebrous, you kind of have this long line of Sith of people that
in the shadows.
Yeah, we're very content to stay in the shadows. We're very content to, control the galaxy from afar. And at the end of the day, what Plagueis as a character realizes is that when you control it from afar, you're not really controlling anything.
Yes, at this point, the Sith are sort of picking, like, people in rich positions that can control people. Yeah. We're talking about Sith scientists, banking clans.
Yeah.
People who will control politicians behind the scenes.
But Plagueis kind of looks at that and goes, and by extension Palpatine does as well, and says, like, no, like, if you want to rule the galaxy, you have to become actually part of the galaxy. You have to, like, understand the way that they work first. You have to be involved in their politics, become one of their people. And so in killing Tenebrous, I always just I love this continuous thing that we get throughout this book of seeing Sith kill their masters and just, like, kind of trying to gloat over them somehow.
That, yes, it is always, because it's twice. It's always comes off as, like, they think they're the coolest shit, but it's a little cringy.
Yeah. It's really, that's exactly it. I know when I read the final chapter, or I guess it's the second to last chapter. When Palpatine kills Plagueis finally in the end. And I told you it reminded me of the scene in the Penguin series when Oz kills Maroni. And it's like Maroni didn't die by Oz's hand, but Oz still stands over him and, like, shoots his dead body some more, and, like, looks at him and goes, like, "I got you! I beat you!" It's like, no, you sound fucking pathetic, you asshole.
That is how I love the idea of every Sith doing this. They kill their master, they're like, "Bitch, I owned you."
Well, it's even more true for Plagueis. The Maroni thing that I brought up is even more true for Plagueis, because Plagueis is, like, is pretty much actively dying already at that point.
He's older.
He's not in a good spot.
Yeah, he's older. He has lost his I'm gonna call it spark.
Whereas the Tenebrous thing, I love when Tenebrous dies, and, like, when Plagueis gets his ass, and Tenebrous literally looks at him and goes, "Oh, dude, that was so good. Good job, man. That was great. I thought you didn't have the balls for it, man. I thought..."
Hey, no, I love the way that conversation goes, because it's first, he's hit by rocks.
Yeah, there's, like, the collapse.
Yeah, there's a collapse, and Plagueis sort of shoves them into it. And Tenebrous is like, "Oh, man, that kind of sucks. You couldn't kill me and take my place."
Yeah, that would have been a good time to do it, man.
Plagueis goes, "No, I did do that."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Sick, man. Now get out of here before you're caught." And it's like, "Oh, I kind of destroyed the ship in the process." To which
Tenebrous is all like, "So even in killing me, you fucking failed, dumbass." And then he fucking croaks. Like,
yes.
Tenebrous is just the funniest guy to me for, like, shit he doesn't actually end up saying. But no, I do love that opening scene of just, like, a Plagueis establishing, like, what his actual goal is, becoming part of the galaxy. And we see that eventually when we go into his life as Higo Damask. And also this original plan of Darth Bane's, apparently, who invented the rule of two, of a Sith-controlled empire. Of just, like, like that, like, if the goal is to actually have a Sith-controlled empire, you can't do that through the rule of two. You can't do that by just being two of you trying to control everything. Like, you need other people involved. You need to make the galaxy aware of the fact that you're evil, pretty much.
Right. Like, there's this looming idea that the Sith have been building to, the Sith imperative, where they will eventually take control. That's the whole goal in the end.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's so good. Plagueis looks at his situation and goes, "I'm the Sith imperative."
Yeah.
When that is, you think for, like, a guy who's been raised in Sith tradition, would immediately go, oh, wait a minute.
There's always that idea of just like, we see it a lot throughout this, of the Sith the Sith are hypocrites. We like, that's true in every Sith we've ever seen in Legends and canon, pretty much. Yeah. They're fucking hypocrites. They suck at following their own rules.
They often have secondary apprentices.
Yeah.
All of them. I can't think of a single one off the top of my head that hasn't had a secondary apprentice.
Yeah, just so, I guess Plagueis never did.
You know what?
I guess Plagueis is like the only one, pretty much.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I do like, Venomous does kind of feel like Tenebrous' like favorite son, actually, though, when we meet him. Like Venomous eventually like confronts Plagueis and is like, I am
I am Darth.
I'm Darth Venomous, and I'm the real apprentice of Darth Tenebrous, and they describe it, and the second he was like, oh, he's a Bith, I'm like, oh, okay, so Plagueis is like, Higo Dabask is like a token Sith apprentice. It's like, we just have to like welcome him because, we gotta seem like, this is the actual world too, but really he just wants more Bith apprentices and apprentices,
and he could theoretically keep making them with Bith science.
Indeed. Yeah, poor Darth Venomous, what a guy. Guy gets taken out by Plagueis immediately and is
sort of kept alive for like what, decades?
Yeah, literal decades, because that's another small quibble I have with this book is and this really just goes into essentially what I was saying before with the Palpatine and tying into Phantom Menace shit, of just like when the book is split into 3 parts, each part is over a decade apart from the last.
Yeah, there's huge swaths of time where I have a hard time sometimes following what exactly has occurred.
Yeah, I'd like to perhaps get a little more into the meat of what that dynamic was like and how Palpatine like grew, especially in the gap between parts 1 and 2.
Oh God, yes.
And that's one that could have been greatly expanded on, but whatever. But yeah, Venomous is kept alive for Plagueis' experiments and experimenting with life and trying to stay alive forever. We've got.
So how do we do this? Oh, we just keep killing a dude and forcing his midichlorians to just bring him back to life again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I'll say also although my big criticism with this book is its slavishness to being like, oh yeah, we're just going to show you how everything that was happening, the background of the Phantom Menace. I think one thing I do actually like is early on in the book when we're sort of laying the seeds of where things will eventually go into the Phantom Menace.
Yes, I like the domino setup to get there.
Yes, and I don't need to see them all eventually fall, realistically.
I could piece together where that first domino will eventually land, its trail.
Yeah, it's like that great. It's unrelated. I don't know how much crossover there is between people watching this and Last of Us fan, but there's that great bit when you get Abby's backstory in Last of Us Part 2, and you see her dad die, and then you sharp cut to her killing Joel, and you don't need to see the stuff in between. You have the motive, you understand that character immediately, and since you already know how the story's going to end, just cut to where that story ends. There is such a thing as, I think, superfluous information here. Mm-hmm. That, because apparently also, this ties into a bunch of other Legends novels at the time.
I only clocked one instance where this happened, for sure.
I have a lot of vague memories of Legends books that I used to pick up from the library back in the day. I know I've read Cloak of Deception. I don't remember anything about it, but apparently it ties into that somehow.
There was, we talked about this after we both had read the book. There was only one time in the last segment, mm-hmm. where I was like, okay, this is a book. A book happened between this sentence and this sentence.
Yeah.
A book happened.
Yes. And we also have, I think there are also ties to, both solo Darth Maul novels from Legends.
Darth Maul is kind of left on his own. There is implied time for him to do stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. So but like I said, the things that I do like are when we're following Gurdula the Hutt and setting up the pod racing scheme on Tatooine and their rivalry with Malastare and their pod racing. We have Plagueis' investment in the Trade Federation and Palpatine's eventual involvement in that. I enjoy seeing all of that. I just think sometimes Lucino can be a little perhaps heavy-handed when he eventually goes to...
Yeah, when those dominoes are getting to the end.
Yeah.
That end of that line of dominoes, I could see it.
Yeah.
I don't need to know how every domino actually falls.
Yeah.
I've seen Phantom Menace. I know how they go.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I said, I know I had that criticism back in Living Force, where it's like Living Force is a fine book, and then
a little boring.
Gotta do this, and then we gotta do the scene at the end where we have to see Darth Maul. I'm like, I know where this goes. You don't need to fill that in. I know the logical conclusion here. And then I think, I adore Andor, but there's that same thing I had when Andor Season 1 happened. And there's just the random cut to the Death Star thing. I'm like, I don't need to see the Death Star. I know where that's going. I as a viewer, it's maybe it's that. Maybe it is a...
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
Maybe it is a lack of belief in the viewer, is in this case reader, to be like, you won't be able to put this together, so I will literally spell it out for you.
In this case, literally
spell it out for you because you're reading this. But and again, I know I keep banging on about this, but it is realistically a minor criticism. But it is a significant portion. But
okay, for us two specifically, it's like the last leg of the book, and it's also the end of the book, the freshest part that you're gonna think of.
Yeah.
I think this book, all things considered, again, minor quibble also noted here, is worse than seeing the Death Star at the end of Andor Season 1.
Yeah.
Because that's a big visual clue. It's there for like 30 seconds tops.
Yeah.
This is a whole end of the book.
It's the last third of the book. It's
the whole end of the book where we're just watching Plagueis and Palpatine pseudo-panic.
Yeah. I do also really like, back on things that I like though, I do really like, the whole like finding other Force users, Plagueis assessing who are like potential threats in the future. Like there's the guy that's gambling with the Force.
Because he knows of them because VMS was also looking for apprentices.
Yes, yeah. I also just like that how we see that cycle continue to perpetuate itself when we do get to Palpatine, and Palpatine is like garnering his own apprentices with Maul and Dooku both at the same time. Essentially, like he has these potential successors lined up for him.
Oh yeah.
As he's still Plagueis' apprentice, and I think that's great. But yeah, we have the guy like gambling with the Force, and he's like, oh, that guy's not a threat. I'm just going to threaten him. But then you have like the Prophet on Seleucami, who sees essentially where everything is going accurately, and
pretty accurately. And Plagueis is like, no, you're too much of an issue. You die now.
Yeah. Kills that one. I do also really like the idea of him hijacking that droid from the Woebegone.
Yes. That I thought. What's its name again?
11D4.
I thought D4 was gonna like sort of disappear from the book. Like halfway through.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. D4, strong character.
D4 sticks around. Is doing all the studying on like Sith history for Plagueis. I really enjoy that. You get the sense. I think like when the book really opened itself up to me, because I was like, because there's always that fear of just like, if you delve too much into a character's backstory, when do they become demystified? When does that character sort of lose their gravitas? And Plagueis doesn't, because the more we learn about Plagueis, I think the more fascinating he becomes. The sort of mask off moment of him being like, cool, now it's time to take on my persona of Hugo Damask, and I'm immediately reminded of Count Dooku and Darth Tyrannus. I'm immediately reminded of like Dooku's importance in the Separatist movement, and also he's an apprentice of Darth Sidious. We have Plagueis here, who is actively controlling major political and business movements in the galaxy.
Often behind the scenes, like on literal shadow planets.
Yeah, and so the more I found out about him, I just found him more fascinating, more threatening, realistically. Just a great character. He really is. Let's see. Looking for we kill other Jedi. Looking through my notes.
Yeah, there's some Jedi that are killed.
Yeah. And then we get Damask's is the CEO of Damask Holdings. Damask Holdings' involvement on Naboo. Which is where we meet Palpatine. We meet little baby Palpatine. Little baby Palpatine. Little baby Sheev, I'll call him. He's a little scamp. He's a little scamp.
We can't say baby. He's in college.
He's a little baby. When you only know a character is an old man, he's a little baby.
That's fair enough.
He's a little baby. I mean, that also means that if he's like college age,
they say he's 18, I think.
Mm-hmm. If he's college age here, that means by the time like Phantom Menace, he's I guess that makes him like 50 or something.
I would say like 50.
No. He goes, yeah. I guess 50. Yeah. 55-ish.
55-ish.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 50 and 60.
Yeah. So it's crazy to imagine it's crazy to imagine those characters that live throughout like the entire Skywalker saga and just like and just how old they actually get. Like the mind always boggles when I think of how old Vader was when he actually died. Like,
Oh my god.
He was
yeah.
in his late 40s, I believe, was the estimate, I want to say.
That sounds right.
I think so. I think that's accurate. 23 plus the extra 20, 42 plus an extra 4. Yeah, he's like 46, I think.
Yeah, he's like 45,
47,
46.
Yeah, somewhere around there. By the time that Vader dies, I'm like, Anakin Skywalker in his late 40s. Imagine that. Imagine that. And that's why Sebastian Shaw should still be in Return of the Jedi. And that's... I digress. But yeah, we see Palpatine's progression through Plagueis' interest in him, his eventual murdering of his entire family. There's this implication that Palpatine...
Egged on completely by Plagueis, of course.
Mm-hmm. But Palpatine also, like... There's always the implication there that I found in this, that Palpatine has always been sort of like special and has always been really dangerous. And I love that whole scene where like his father's like yelling at him and just like it'll be always
in the ship. Yes.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I believe that she Palpatine is fucking Damien from The Omen.
Doesn't his father say like I tried to kill you when you were a baby?
God, you know what? I would too. Palpatine is the kid from The Omen. Yeah, he murders them all, but.
And then immediately calls Plagueis and is like, I've done something bad. I'm gonna need some help, and I know you basically convinced me to do this.
Yeah. There's that is one interesting thing that I like about this is that Plagueis doesn't really attract Palpatine with lies. I think often you can find through certain Sith master apprentice relationships that like they're built on distrust, you know. Mm-hmm. I think of especially like Vader and Palpatine.
Vader and Palpatine specifically. Yes.
A relationship completely built on mistrust. But like often, like I always love the biblical devil allegory, which is like the devil will never actually lie to you, and that is what's evil about him, you know.
Yeah, he speaks the truth. Nothing he says is a lie.
Yeah. And so, Palpatine joins, he becomes Plagueis' apprentice, gets tortured for it, pretty much.
As is the Sith way. I think Plagueis has some line of dialogue specifically referencing it is the opposite of being a Jedi youngling who are coddled.
Mm-hmm. I think so often of that great scene in Witches of the Mist from Clone Wars. Isn't it Witches of the Mist? I think it's in that one, yeah. Where Savage becomes Dooku's apprentice, and Dooku just straight up tortures him pretty much. And I want to say like, oh yeah, one of these was inspired by the other, but they were made like at the exact same time.
They were made at the same time.
This was published in 2012. Clone Wars Season 3 happened in 2010, I think. I think that's when that aired.
And like, what the only discrepancy being this book would have written, and it was supposed to be originally published earlier.
It was going to be published a couple years before 2012, and then was pushed back for some reason. But yeah, like these were being developed like around the same time.
Like regardless, like one couldn't influence the other.
Yeah, but
in reality,
but they're very similar.
Very similar. I'm gonna change that and say they could have influenced each other, but through just meeting each other.
Yeah.
And sort of just trading notes on what they were doing so that canon, as it would have been at the time, lined up nicely with each other.
Yeah. That is just fascinating. God, the timeline of certain things like this just blows my mind. It's very cool. But then we see Palpatine's rise to power on a political level. We see the assassination of this other Naboo senator. It puts Palpatine in the Senate. He begins to become like an important political figure. We're also setting up larger prequel trilogy things throughout this, like experimenting on Kamino with cloning, and then fucking Dathomir and Darth Maul. We have a Mother Talzin appearance, which also blows my mind because that woman was created for the Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure by Katie Lucas in that same arc with Savage. So
again, they had to influence each other somehow.
Yeah. But like Maul is like sent to Mustafar. I guess that's just where Sidious sends all of his apprentices.
It is music, yeah.
that is funny. He sends Maul to Mustafar basically to hide away for a long time, but also, would that have been what Palpatine intended for Anakin to do? Would he wanted him to hide there? I'm guessing not, because
not
he sends
Anakin.
Maul there because.
But isn't that where Anakin and Ahsoka found all of the children that the Sith
Oh
stole?
shit! Oh my god, is that another Clone Wars reference in this?
It must. Oh my god, it must be.
Because that's where Palpatine was hiding all the kids. Yeah, the Force sensitive children. Fuck my life. That's great. Damn it! I'm just realizing that now. What a great book.
This book, well on timeline-ness, and I'm not gonna harp on this long. There's certain scenes that call all the way back to the original Thrawn trilogy.
Yes.
That there were times I was like, whoa, hold on, wrap my brain around this.
There's a Joruus Sabaoth reference in this. Joruus Sabaoth, not Druis Sabaoth.
Yeah, Joruus Sabaoth.
Joruus Sabaoth.
And I was like,
because Luke.
But, and I said to you before, I was like, I love when I see shit like this in a Legends book, because the authors have to look at the very wrong timelines that now exist.
I love the slavish nature of every Legends author to Timothy Zahn. He was their fucking god. Like, he's, in many ways, he's still the canon Star Wars' god. Like, oh man, that poor guy.
Poor guy.
But that begins like this sort of like cycle in this book where it kind of becomes the Palpatine book, but it never really fully takes Palpatine's perspective on things. And that, I think, is also a small problem, in my opinion, with the prose of this book, with kind of trying to straddle a book that is both about Plagueis and Palpatine at the same time, and and instead more settling on a much more third-person objective view of the two of them. And
it does that, but also it does that third-person objective view, but it also picks and chooses who that third person is centered on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, then there is let's see, looking through their notes here, there's an assassination attempt on Palpatine. Palpatine kills
by the second in command of the Senate?
Yeah. So Palpatine kills them, but through all this, Plagueis is attacked and is disabled.
He's grievously wounded. Has problems breathing and the like now.
Yeah. I would say, this falls into a disabled villain trope, but it literally doesn't, because Plagueis was bad long before he was disabled.
Yes.
Unless you count his fucked up long head as being disabled.
This does lead to an incredibly long period of time. My favorite thing about this book when, in thinking about it, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Where Plagueis goes, oh shit, I've been letting my guard down. Do you know how I resolve this? I just never sleep. I am always aware.
Literally always asleep. Which also, that's one of those things where you have to take it, just flash through your mind of fucking Ian McDermott's little smirk when he's like that his apprentice killed him in his sleep. I'm like, bro's gotta close his eyes at some point. He's got.
I love that. We'll get to the end, and it's Sheev Palpatine bores the man to death effectively.
Yeah. We focus on the connections more that Plagueis and Palpatine have throughout the galaxy. We focus on the banking clan, and it was one of those moments where my Glup Shadow brain was like, oh god, I know this character. They said San Hill. Do you know who San Hill is?
The name did ring a slight bell.
And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, because San Hill is immune. And I remembered what San Hill looked like from Attack of the Clones. He is the same species as Darth Plagueis. He's immune. He's this guy.
Oh,
from
crap,
Attack of the Clones.
him?
Yeah, he's that guy. He's at the table with the Death Star plans and all that.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Crazy shit. I love it. God.
We love our Glup Shadows here on R2-BD.
We do love Glup Shadows. You can't deny it. Let's see, what else do we got? We kill the King of Naboo to set up Padme and her eventual rise to power.
Again, these are just... This is the part of the book still where I'm like, I could see the dominoes falling. I get it, and I like it still.
So my notes here go from Padme as queen to other Legends novels references in the span of a line.
Ooh, okay.
So I think that that's, to me, you almost could have cut it off, because I think that's the last domino setup is Padme as queen. That, to me, that is for me at that point when I know everything is in place for the prequel trilogy to happen, and then the book just kind of keeps going. Because
we know at the start of episode 1 that she's queen for not very long.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, in my opinion, this is my big Darth Plagueis novel hot take. The book could end there. The book could end. Sorry, not actually end.
Actually end. We don't need to keep setting. We don't need to see all the dominoes fall at that point.
You could set up Padme as queen, and then do the scene where Palpatine kills Plagueis.
Yeah, you just do that flash forward again.
Instead of the middle here, I'm going to go through my notes. Other Legends novels. Palpatine has both Maul and Dooku at his side. We see the relationship between Dooku and Palpatine building. Plagueis learns of the birth of Anakin Skywalker. Maybe that could have actually been it. Maybe that could have been it.
But again, that is firmly in now episode 1.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we are within that time frame. You don't need to see it. We have experimenting with Plagueis creating life through the Force. So they think that Plagueis somehow created Anakin.
Interesting proposition that I have seen proposed. Palpatine doing it instead.
Yes, which I do like that idea much more. I don't think that's true anyway, personally. I agree with the idea that maybe Palpatine had some hand in it, but Palpatine manipulating Anakin is so much more him learning of the prophecy and using it to his advantage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Like, I think that's always what it is. Like Palpatine knows that his plan will not succeed if the Chosen One prophecy is actually true, and he's going to be fucked in the end if he doesn't have this guy on his side, or if he isn't eliminated.
So he needs to immediately divert that situation.
Yeah. My notes then literally just say events of the Phantom Menace. We see the book literally happen side by side with the Battle of Naboo in the Phantom Menace, and that's, I think, where it could have picked up again. Because we have like Palpatine putting Grandpa to bed, and him be like, "Don't worry, yes, you'll be co-chancellor of the Republic alongside."
I will just deliver the speech because I got elected. Mm-hmm. I've been elected. Phantom Menace is still happening in the background. Mm-hmm. I've been elected. Do not worry. But I'm gonna go over the speech like 15 times, and we're gonna drink an ass ton of wine.
Yes. So he puts Papa Plagueis to bed
for the first time in like a decade.
Yeah. And kills him. That's it. That's the book. I do like in his little speech, his little pathetic Ozcob speech to Plagueis in the end, of him being like, "I've been the one that's been manipulating you the whole time." It's like, that's just blatantly untrue. That is blatantly untrue, Palpatine. What are you talking about?
Palpatine tries to act like, since the moment they met, I've been in command.
Yeah. It is really funny that this is really in Legends canon. I guess this could be still true in new canon, but I don't know how long Immune's lifespan is in new canon.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
But I do like adding the context to the Mace Windu Yoda line at the end of Phantom Menace, where like, which was destroyed, the Master or the Apprentice? The answer is neither, because Maul was neither the Master or the Apprentice. He wasn't part of the Rule of Two yet. Absolutely hilarious.
There's my favorite parts. If we have to do Palpatine and Plagueis running around in the background of episode 1, mm-hmm. I like there's certain moments that are just funny to me when they happen. Mm-hmm. Like when Plagueis learns of Anakin's existence. When Plagueis learns of it, mm-hmm. he hears of a Force-born child.
Yeah,
he's like, "Where is he?" They're like, "Oh, with Queen Padme Amidala." He's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go essentially kidnap that kid."
Yeah.
And he just missed him. How lucky for Anakin.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's fascinating. It is fascinating, and I find those final scenes really, really interesting. I think just the bit where the book drags for me is just that thing where it's just like, and here's how the canon works. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the canon. I don't care about the timeline. I just don't. I want to read a story. That's my hot take on it.
All of the bitching we did through most of this.
Yeah, truly, like, it's a great book otherwise. I just think that's my only... And I'm here's the thing. I'm going to title this video, "We Read Darth Plagueis for the First Time," and I'm sure it's going to get people interested in watching the video.
And the first thing they're going to hear us say is that we had negative opinion.
I just want to know, if you made it well over half an hour into this video, and you heard us say all that, and you clicked on this video because you wanted to see two people fall in love with a book that you also love, trust me, we liked it. We really liked it.
We did like the book.
We did. It's just that one thing is just sticking in our brains so much, and it's just hurting our... It's giving us a bad aftertaste more than anything.
Yeah. If any, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because we really did like and love the early portions of the book where there's a lot less of the established canon to work around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the closer you get, the more confined we are, and it's just not as fun.
Yeah, I think I told you I read this fascinating quote from James Luceno when I was looking into this book as we were preparing for this episode, and one of the things he said was like, yeah, it's you're kind of writing a galactic history, and there's a lot of freedom early on, but as you get closer and closer to established events, it gets a lot harder to do, and you can see Luceno struggling in the text when that happens, and he pulls it off in the end.
Yeah, like it comes, like it's a clean book in the end still.
Yeah, but personally, like I would have liked to have seen, like taking the time away from getting into the nitty gritty of like, here's how this book ties into the canon, and I would divert some of those resources instead to seeing more Palpatine's training, getting into those big 10-year gaps between parts 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. I'd like to delve into those a bit more, maybe get a bit more into their heads, because like I said, there's that omniscient sort of prose of not really getting into either of their heads in a way.
We're more in the head of Plagueis at the start of the book because he's our only central character.
Yeah. It just becomes a Palpatine book, which is why I guess... Here's the thing. Do you know the original cover for this novel? I don't know if you do.
I don't actually know.
You only know there's these... I do adore I actually prefer the Essential Legends collection cover. It's a great cover, and it spotlights Palpatine, rightfully so. And to be fair, so does the original novel cover.
And I do like... And while you're looking it up, I'll vamp a second and say, like, on the Essential Legends cover, I do like, too, that the way the cover is done, it spotlights Palpatine while also putting the shadow of Plagueis, being Palpatine only inherited his plan.
Yeah.
A lot of what Palpatine is doing, at least initially, is just shit Plagueis was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Just to a greater extent. So here's the original cover. And it's a spotlight on Plagueis. It's a spotlight on Palpatine. Like, you see Plagueis' face there, but it's the center of the cover is Palpatine. It's him kneeling before Plagueis. Like,
it kind of looks like the visuals early on in the sequel trilogy for Snoke.
Yes, true. Well, also, I mean, that all comes from the original Empire Strikes Back of Vader kneeling before Palpatine, which is, of course, a great visual. It's always... God, it is that great thing where, there's that great expansion on just Star Wars in general, when you go from New Hope to Empire Strikes Back, and you have Empire Strikes Back, and you already know that Vader's a terrifying, great threatening villain.
Well,
and
theoretically, anyway.
Yes. Well, especially, he doesn't really become that properly until Empire.
Yeah.
And then, like, you see how threatening Vader is, and you see how great he is as a character, and then he kneels before somebody. He kneels before some old dude in a cloak, and that's scary in a way. Like, that is what makes Palpatine scary as a character, is who can make Darth Vader kneel before him? This guy. How? You're going to find out. You're not even going to find out in Empire Strikes Back. You're going to find out in Return of the Jedi. When Vader says to an Imperial officer in the opening minutes of the movie, the Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. Vader, who is dropping bodies left and right in the last movie. Like,
right?
It's great. It's great. It really is. And I think I adore Palpatine as a character because he is the ultimate evil in Star Wars. Like, there is no guy, I think, more ruthless than him. In my opinion. I don't know. I'm sure people can point to some super obscure Legends, like Old Republic character or something, and be like, this guy's worse than Palpatine. But like, no, Palpatine is designed to be the ultimate evil for a reason.
I think no character is more evil than Palpatine, but there might be, like, they would all be Sith, I imagine.
Yeah.
There might be more literally powerful Sith, though. Mm-hmm. Because this, like, go back to the Old Republic, there was a legion of Sith, literally.
Well, I don't even think it's necessarily a power thing. I'm sure power scalers can be like, like, oh, this guy's more powerful than Palpatine. He accomplished more stuff with the Force than Palpatine did. I don't care about that. What I care about is Palpatine's humanity, in that he fucking has none.
None.
Palpatine has no fucking scruples. We see from his relationship with his family in this, we see that he does not care about anyone, actually. We see that he was so evil from birth, his father tried to kill him.
Yes.
He is literally the kid from The Omen. That is the idea.
And that is why Palpatine is the ultimate bad.
Yeah, it's that Joker thing of just like, at least with someone like Mr. Freeze or Two-Face, you can see a motive, you can see a reason behind who they are. There is no reason to the Joker. There is no reason behind why Palpatine is as evil as he is. He is just pure evil. And that's what I really love about him. And that's what I love about this novel. So,
yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good book.
Yeah.
Quabbles aside.
Quabbles?
Quibbles. No, I like quabbles better.
Quabbles. The quabbles with quibbles.
Quabbles with quibbles.
Good God. Little Star Trek reference for those, for all the crossover we have in our Star Wars videos. All right. I think that does it. I guess if you enjoyed this, check out our other R2-BD episodes, our other Star Wars videos. We've been doing a lot of comics recently, but we are taking a break from comics currently. But we did finish, speaking of Darth Vader, we finished the Kieran Gillen run on Darth Vader recently.
We did, yes.
We have all our episodes out on that right now. You can check that out in the playlist on the channel. I'll probably make a separate playlist just for... what I want to do actually eventually is I'd love to take the older episodes of R2-BD where we had individual segments in a larger episode and maybe try to start separating the segments so I could maybe just separate what we have there a bit better.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at. Yeah.
Anyway, you can check those episodes out. You can check out also our Star Trek videos. We are currently going through TNG right now. At the time this coming out, we should be somewhere in season 3 still.
I think.
I imagine we will be. Our recording schedules are so all over the place. It's great. But also, if you enjoy this, and if you enjoy what we do on Blood Donut Studios, you can check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. Patreon.com/Blood Donut Studios. You can get all kinds of fun things there, like early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries, fresh-faced extras, and if you're not in any of that, there's a general support tier, at which it's just $1 a month. It'll get your name down in the description of every video we put out. People will see your name down there, see you're a cool person. They'll want to be a cool person. They'll join the Patreon. That's how it works. Next time on R2-BD, we're covering Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We're playing through that for the first time. We did do our first session recently.
Yeah, we already have done one session of it.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm enjoying the style of it. It feels good to play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's only one session in, so we'll see where we go from there. I guess until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob.
Goodbye.